Hi, everyone, and welcome to our final session. It gives me a great pleasure to introduce the opportunities in Iowa's One Health sector. Just as a reminder, make sure that you post any questions into the chat function. Whilst this is the last session of the day, we will still endeavour to ensure that everything gets answered as quickly as we possibly can. I know that no one's here to listen to me speak. So Mark, I'm going to hand straight over to you.
Okay, thank you, Becky. And thank you, Investival, for the opportunity to present here today. It's a pleasure. Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning, everyone from Iowa, United States. I'm going to go ahead and start my presentation today. And it's a pleasure to address you. I want to focus on the opportunities in Iowa's, as we describe, our One Health sector. We definitely view the health of people and animals as, if you will, one unified goal. And there's great reasons for that in our state, as we have a lot of animals, fewer people, but it's a very productive place. And again, health of animals and healthcare for humans hand in hand. So I want to focus on our business location advantages. These will include certainly our if you will, our physical assets, our business climate to encourage investment and expansion, some of the key criteria that we use to describe that, and certainly touch on our scientific and human capital as well that can assist you with your either launch or expansion in North America. So here we go. I want to focus on Iowa and our location advantages. First and foremost, our value proposition is based on a cost-effective and efficient place to do business. It is known to be a low cost of doing business. Well, why is that? The major reason is we're outside of the major urban areas, within a half day's drive of 8 states, 35 million plus population. It is a central geographic location in North America. It makes it easy for you to reach across the large continent of North America and cover, if you will, manufacturing, distribution. We're also a leader in renewable energy and sustainability. And whereas manufacturing in a sustainable manner using low carbon inputs has become more and more important, as we all know, certainly with the finishing of the COP21 meetings, that this is something key and we take very seriously here. We also are driven by innovation. We acknowledge research and development. First of all, the cost and expense and the time spent doing that, but the critical importance of that. We provide companies a tax credit benefit to do research and development and take advantage of these assets. The other thing is we certainly assist companies getting a foothold, getting a start, expanding in Iowa. We do that with programs that are specifically designed to assist in job training and also provide direct financial assistance, some initial capital for OPEX and CAPEX offset, if you will, and certainly to encourage this investment as well. And then we see as key, of course, is the human talent component, the job training to assist people, even highly skilled and trained people, are very important and certainly fit with companies' roles in expanding their workforce. We're a right to work state, so we provide people the flexibility to participate in bargaining units or not. Well, where is Iowa? You may be asking. Some people when they look down, flying from New York to LA, when you're about halfway across, you look down and see that nice green grid work that reveals the township range system, our grid system that was developed as we settled this part of America. This is the breadbasket of America, the Midlands of North America, if you will, known for its animal and crop production, as well as having some very notable communities, such as Minneapolis in medical devices and cures. Large cities like Chicago, America's second city with its food and healthcare sectors. And certainly the production centers that you see that are within a day's drive and within 2 days drive of most of the major urban centers outside of the coast in the United States. So we are easily reached by the major interstate highways. This is especially important to reaching the markets in Canada and Mexico, and certainly under the unified Canada, Mexico, North American Free Trade Agreement. that this is very important, especially for distribution into these population centers. And certainly across our country, fastest way to go, either by truck and certainly by the Class 1 railroads as well for moving bulk products. And for really bulky products, we provide access to the world through the ports of New Orleans and the Houston Ship Canal down the Mississippi River, our largest navigable river. I'm addressing you about Iowa's agriculture facts because this leads to a very large market for animal health products, and certainly that Iowa is a large producer of corn and soy, maize and soya. We're a leading producer of those products on an annual basis. This is a real, if you will, wealth driver, a wealth creator, and is a large, if you will, large component of the exported products we ship all over the world. This is important. Some companies look to express proteins or other, if you will, functional ingredients in crops. And we certainly have a growing climate that is certainly led by seed technology, seed hybrids, and some of the largest agricultural research companies in the world. And of course, we take these agricultural crops and feed them to animals. We are, if you will, leading a red meat production state. And notably largest swine population in North America, very concentrated poultry population, as well as a leading dairy state as well. So for these animals and their healthcare, which I'm going to expand upon, this is a leading market in North America, certainly one of the most concentrated areas in the world for animal production and for animal healthcare and animal healthcare products as well. This is certainly leading companies to make the next generation of investments. As I describe it as precision agriculture, digital agriculture, both for animals and taking care of animals, for plants and for crop inputs, to have better inputs, if you will, better care of animals using robotic milking systems like Lely, a world leader in that. And certainly the science companies that are leading the world in investing in biorational products. Again, really using our, if you will, our cost basis for fermentation, especially on commercial scale, to produce amino acids, biorational products, crop inputs, if you will, for the next generation. And biosciences is very important in our state and in the surrounding states. Again, as I mentioned, Iowa, as you noticed, is in the center of the breadbasket, certainly in animal production, and certainly biotechnology and the application of biotechnology. We have two major, if you will, world-class universities that provide a lot of trained workforce. And as well, people are very interested in working for these companies, leading the world in innovation and research and development as well. So bioscience and biotechnology taken very seriously in our state from the very early stages, STEM guidance, STEM programs for, if you will, high schoolers and actually through K through 8, very important in our state. We're also a manufacturing state, so we know how to make things and using the latest technologies, using artificial intelligence, leading continuous process operations as well. It's a big part of our state, and again, a big part of our output and products that are shipped all over the world, some very recognizable company logos, company names. I wanted to mention a few of these that are outside of the, if you will, life sciences and biotech area, because they're not only supporters, but companies that are taking advantage of the cost benefits and renewable energy to manufacture some of the world's leading products as well. These are very recognizable names in a wide variety of if you will, goods and services that are provided in our state. I wanted to touch on Onehealth and why Onehealth is important. Certainly, I don't need much explanation to this audience. Certainly after COVID-19 and the pandemic around the world, how did it start? How did it, how does it spread to animals? Again, we know this story. And again, it just emphasizes how important Onehealth is, and certainly is a future way of recognizing the interconnectedness of human health, animal health, and the environment. These things, again, have never been more clear during the world's most recent pandemic. And our universities, our researchers, and our companies have certainly embraced this technology. We have Onehealth leaders led by two of our, if you will, global class universities, Iowa State University, with especially focus on animal health, agriculture, veterinary medicine, engineering, and the University of Iowa with its leading College of Medicine, College of Pharmacy, and supporting translational research, clinical trials, translational research, and animal facilities as well. There are many companies, again, recognizable names and logos that you see that are both have been in this business for a long time, both on human and animal health production. Certainly some of the world's largest animal health companies have facilities here, again, because of the incredible marketplace and demand for these products. We've seen recent companies, of course, focus from around the world, focus on global nutrition and human health and the support of the human immune system as well. We value research and development. I did want to spend a little time on a couple of our leading assets and clusters around Onehealth. I'll start with the University of Iowa in Iowa City. Again, a world-class university, a leader in translational research, one of the largest teaching hospitals and clinics in North America. A brand new College of Pharmacy with its University of Iowa Pharmaceuticals, works directly with companies on everything to do with formulation, with production of bioproducts, using those, again, for either clinical trials or early stage production. They're a real partner with an FDA-approved CGMP manufacturing center, one of the oldest in the country, and a list of companies, hopefully some that are listening to this program as well. The university has excelled during the COVID pandemic, again, bringing its infectious disease and vaccine knowledge to the world and certainly to our state. It's been an invaluable asset to our state and has certainly led to a number of partnerships with pharmaceutical companies, with biotechnology companies, some of the largest in the world, and some early stage companies as well. The university has a number of supporting centers and institutes, and from the innovation level, early stage level, and as I mentioned, some of the largest companies in the world partnering on drug development. Then they are a partner as well with our Iowa State University with its leading College of Veterinary Medicine, College of Engineering, College of Agriculture. It is set in one of the largest investments by our United States Department of Agriculture in the National Animal Disease Center, Center for Veterinary Biologics. These are, again, have led to other investments and developments in the Nano Vaccine Institute, which again, especially during the pandemic, has really shown its ability to work with industry and provide some very innovative solutions for adjuvants and for innovative clinical trials as well. The focus of these two universities working together on Onehealth provides a very excellent, if you will, leverage to the investment you might be seeking. They're known to work with industry. They have accelerators. They have research parks to provide physical space, to provide access to all the services, centers, and institutes across these two global leaders as well. We focus on innovation in our state. These universities also have supported, again, at the end of the day, manufacturing has to take place to provide these products. So they help companies both with startup, with sourcing, working with our federal government on procurement, and also delivery of programs. But we reach down to the, if you will, basic early stage company stage where stage gate funds are very important, providing acceleration funds for product development, for hiring management, and also linking up with the federal grant and the federal research award system as well. We have companies that have utilized the university's incredible manufacturing assistance, also the ability to make flexible medical devices, to make hard metal parts for medical devices, to do for initial runs, for initial, before tooling is invested in, to make prototype devices, to utilize those in clinical trials and, if you will, testing as well. We also have the ability to award innovation. If you follow the U.S. Research and Development Tax Code, U.S. provides in its permanent tax code a research and development tax credit. We take that in Iowa, and we can also add to that. We have programs that we can actually add up to 10%, make that a 16.5% tax credit. So certainly when you're doing research and development and you have the potential to utilize these great assets, especially at our universities or with private companies, I encourage you to take a further look at that as well. We also are in the business of renewable chemicals. We have a production tax credit for new generation chemicals, replacing petroleum-based chemicals. These can be adjuvants, incipients as well. And right now that tax credit is roughly at 20 euros per metric ton of production. And again, certainly to help companies with their initial OpEx and CapEx investment. Renewable energy is big in our state. We're not only the leading renewable fuels, transport fuels producing area in North America, but we're also really a leading renewable energy thanks to wind energy. It's a very windy place. We have about 12 gigawatts of installed capacity. So we have low carbon energy for your product LCA, and where that will become more important in pharmaceutical and biomaterial products. Certainly for manufacturing in general, obviously for distribution, any sort of added value products. You can use up to half, if you will, of renewable wind power in your product LCA today, and actually can expand on that as well. It wouldn't be much of a place to do business if we didn't have a quality education and a skilled workforce available to work. We're proud of the fact that our, if you will, our heritage, some of the, if you will, first settlers in our state came from some of the companies and countries I'm addressing right now. We're proud of that fact. It underscores our social and business connections as well with our friends and allies around the world. But this, again, our population, and especially our immigrant population, valued education. Continues to this day. Iowa is known to be a hardworking, work ethic place. We rank #1 in high school graduation, never to be underestimated. We also have a very important supply of biotechnology, medical, and engineering degrees that are awarded at our universities. Companies around the world have noticed this, have led to, again, foreign direct investment in our state. So I'm encouraging you to reach out if I can provide more information or answer any questions today. Again, it's a place you can do business. You can do business today. We've been open for business during the pandemic. And again, a lot of these essential industries that you would be part of, and certainly in food and nutrition, critical to continue operations. And they've demonstrated that even during these difficult last 80-ish weeks. I want to just summarize our value proposition. Again, talk a little bit about the numbers, some of the business climate pieces, if you will. We encourage investment for companies looking to ship products around the world because of our central location. Again, this is a very cost-effective and efficient place to distribute and manufacture goods. Our corporate taxes are based solely on sales within the state. Federal taxes are the same across our great country. Taxes vary by states and localities. Again, taxes aren't everything, but if you will, a low cost in manufacturing environment is still very important, especially for early stage companies and companies making initial investment in North America. But basically, if you have no sales in Iowa, you have no Iowa corporate income tax. And the fact that we've made, again, for chemists, pots and pans and stainless steel investment, very, if you will, very attractive in that there is no property tax or sales tax on machinery and equipment. So for very expensive production lines, for very expensive pots and pans, as the chemists like to say, even with the long lead times and especially the cost today of these, as we all know, due to the supply chain challenges we have suppliers of these. We have if you will, the expertise both in equipment suppliers and those service personnel as well. But you can do business in our state very cost effectively. And I would love the opportunity to discuss this more with you on a one-to-one basis or address any questions today. So again, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to be here. I will remain and certainly available and appreciate the opportunity again to participate in this fine event. So thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Mark. So we've got some time just for a couple of questions. So obviously with this being the Investor Showcase, is there much of an investment landscape or sort of dynamic in the Onehealth? Or for instance, companies looking to relocate, would it be the capital hubs in New York and Boston in terms of life sciences? What are your thoughts around that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's those points that both coasts, as you mentioned, are again global leaders in risk capital, in venture capital. The good news is they don't mind flying. It's a myth. They don't want to leave their backyard again. It's better to fire up the Jag and drive down Sand Hill Road and go to the Bay Area. But no, companies have discovered the talent that we have there. We have some incredible amount of IPOs per capita, frankly, and especially those that come out of university-led companies in Ames, Iowa State University, and University of Iowa, as I mentioned. So some global leaders have come from this. We take notice, and again, capital follows great ideas, as we know. We don't have the population and we don't have the base, but we certainly have the ability to augment early stage investment. And again, venture capital folks have taken notice where there's great ideas.
Perfect. No, that's great. And I mean, are there research parks sort of or accelerator programs for the sort of more early stage companies?
Yes, we're definitely tuned to that. We have extremely successful research parks based on animal health at Iowa State University. Huge and beautiful facility from Boehringer Ingelheim that you'll see there. For animal health research, it's really hard to compete, or I phrase it another way. It's a very competitive place and a very knowledge-centric place for animal health. And in the backyard, if you will, is your marketplace and your trials and your customers at a commercial scale. So this has led to investments in accelerators. Again, certainly everything from fintech and insurtech in Des Moines, which is an insurance hub, and but with animal health and human health as well, we've seen, especially for early stage companies, again, where again, it's a myth that cost doesn't matter, even if you have a large investor as well. So yeah, I'd love to explore more opportunities. I'm certainly open, and my contact information is available.
Perfect. No, that's great. Well, thank you so much, Mark. And, as you said, I do encourage everyone to reach out to find out more. I know that I've certainly learned a lot today, and I'm sure that everyone else has. So a huge thank you for taking the time to speak to us today. So as this is the last session, I just wanted to thank, all of the speakers, obviously Mark and the others that have taken the time to join us over the last 2 days. And of course, also the sponsors and the partners for helping us to make sort of the event happen. And thanks to everyone, of course, for their participation. So a massive thank you to all of the attendees that have joined us throughout the last 2 days. The event, however, is not over. So all of the sessions are now available on demand for anything you missed. If you're not in a great time zone, I've had a couple of inquiries from those joining us or hoping to join us from Australia. The platform is open all week for further meetings. And for those joining us in person, I know in person next Monday, the 15th, we very much look forward to seeing you there. Finally, we are also now working towards the LSX World Congress, which is our flagship event, and that is taking place next February, the 8th to 9th, where we are absolutely thrilled to be back in person, and we can't wait to see everyone face to face and bring everyone back together. So a good number of those you've heard from over the past couple of days are already confirmed to join. They're already signed up. We hope you will too. So get in touch with us if you'd like to find out more and get involved. We very, very much hope to see you there. So that's enough from me. It's enough from LSX. That is sort of it for today and for Investable Showcase. So thank you so much all again, and we'll see you all very soon. Thanks so much.